Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pop Spot. We're popping about all the spots we love in professional wrestling. I am your host, Nigel Sheet. Joining me, as always, my boy AWS, and we are here to talk a very special edition of Pop Spot. We are here to talk Mystery Wrestling 23, featuring Taka Michinoku, live in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, baby.
Yes. All of my yes. When they announced that Mystery was coming to Edmonton, I was ecstatic because I watched Mystery on and off since about Mystery Wrestling 13. I love what Uno does, the show run by Uno. Phenomenal wrestling and phenomenal non-wrestling as well. Just like it breaks so many rules as to what wrestling should be. It's just one of my favorite promotions going right now.
Yeah, I like they announced it. And originally it was announced it wasn't Mr. Taka Michinoku was not the announcement, but from what I can guess, he was the special guest. He was going to be a surprise guest on this show. But it was initially announced with one MJF, which we will get back to in a little while. But he wasn't able to be at this show, so they announced Mr. Taka Michinoku, which made me even pop even harder because his stuff in the late 90s, really funny kind of Thai stuff. Don't get me wrong, but like I'm a fan of Taka Michinoku because of Suzuki Gun and him being Zack Sabre Jr.'s second, and being his hype man in Japan and everything, and just helping Zack Sabre get Jr. Like that's a big reason why. Like I've always been a fan of Taka Michinoku. Don't get me wrong, but this run with Sabre solidified everything for me with Taka. When I met him, he kind of looked at my shirt and he's like, he gave me like the so we got a picture together.
Moment.
So I do not have the pictures ready. I apologize. I messed up.
No, it's all right. There was no real deal. There were a few really fun people there that we got to meet though. It was very cool.
We got to talk with one Evil Uno a couple times on this show, which was really nice.
Talking to him is so cool because he's been at Top a few times, but I've never had the chance. I've never been to the shows that he's been at. It was really cool getting to like just sit down and like talk with him for a couple of minutes. Like I straight up was like, when the show was over, this is the best show I've ever been to. I'm pulling that Band-Aid off right now. I've been to so many shows in this province. This is the best show I've been to. It may be recency bias, but genuinely, this is the most fun I've had as a fan at a show. And I was basically begging Uno to bring it back. And he's like, yeah, no, with how loud you guys were, we're definitely coming back.
Yeah. And again, like this, I guess this is one of these top, like a few times for me in professional wrestling events I've been at. Because like there isn't many more. There's a couple other ones that I can put in there. But I think I was also being part of it with ring announcing and stuff in the past. Like certain events have let maybe go slightly above this, but like for overall shows, maybe this is one of my top shows that I've ever been to. Like top to bottom, getting to see guys and never thought I'd get to see just the fun they had with this show. It was just so everything was just so much fun in how they went about everything.
And they packed this place. There had to have been at least 700 people in this building. A huge amount of people. Like this is like the kind of crowd that like Top has only drawn like a couple of times when they've had huge people like Penta or Kurt Angle here.
Penta, Kurt Angle. I know Santana's first time here drew a big number. Like, actually, the last Santana show drew a really big number too.
Yeah, the February show was pretty big too.
But again, it's just going to show that like there's a lot of great wrestling in the world of Edmonton. We cover it here on this channel. We cover Top. We cover Love. We're covering Monster Pro Wrestling now. There's lots of great professional wrestling here, and then there's other companies in the city that are really good, enjoyable wrestling you can go see. And I love seeing something new. Like this is not something I'd want to have monthly. This is not something.
Absolutely not. This is
something I want. It's something I want maybe like once a year. Like
this is a bare maximum twice a year. maximum once every 6 months. But
I
ahead.
think overexposure to this, don't get me wrong, I would still love it. Like, I still love wrestling. Like, I still love wrestling. I still love Top. But I think overexposure would take it down a little bit for me.
Yeah, it would ruin the kind of vibe that this show had.
Yeah.
This show, it feels so alien compared to any other like standard Love Pro or Top show. It had a certain like funniness at its core. And I'm not saying that wrestling in the city can't be funny. There's a lot of hilarious feuds.
Mhm.
Like I've been going back into the Love Pro Wrestling archives recently, and I got to the point where they formed the Rads. And yeah, that's serious at a certain point, but God, that bit where they're running into the van and TY is just slamming the horn down is hilarious.
Yeah.
But
And like throughout the night, even in the serious matches that happen on this show, there was a lot of fun and comedy within them. Like, it kicked off with an amazing match, and there was this insane battle royal that we'll talk about. Like, and it's just they know how to incorporate, like, even like the women's tag. Like, it was a serious match. They incorporate a lot of good funny stuff into it. Like, there was an amazing performance by one specific individual on this show that just made me go, whoa. Like, it just, and like there's some hard, like, just amazing professional wrestling, while it's also having some great comedy and awesomeness mixed in. And I think that's almost an art that is lost in professional wrestling today. Don't get me wrong, like, there's some, like, you watch WWE, you watch NXT, you watch AEW, you watch TNA. There's some great comedy on all of them. Don't get me wrong. There's great comedy sometimes, because some of their comedy is very, very bad. But to pepper the comedy in so well in so many places and do it in such a great way, I think doing it to this level only works in the independent world. I don't think, like, as I understand this is a Patreon, people pay for it and everything, but it's not the same as a weekly show. I don't think you could do this much comedy and this much inventive stuff every time.
Yeah.
If this was a weekly event, this is made to be a monthly independent wrestling show. That's what Mystery is, and they take advantage of it and they do it so well.
Yep. I strongly agree with everything you just said.
Yeah.
Before we really begin diving into the show proper, I have to shout out that we were there with a lot of really good people, a lot of good friends, people like Emma, people like Jocelyn, people like Melball and Kat, a lot of great members of the Horde there.
Mike there with us.
Mike,
Anthony. Ran into my boy Anthony at the show. Eric was there. Lots of awesome people, and just Jason and his crew were there. Dressed up as the Bushwhackers and the Shield.
Yeah, no, there was a lot of cool people here. I just wanted to shout that out because someone actually, I keep saying, hey, bring me some weird sodas and I'll try them on the show. Our lovely friend Emma got me this can of cherry float Coke, and I thought it was honestly pretty apt because honestly, I've never had a cherry Coke before.
This is that cherry vanilla Coke, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a cherry float, so it's basically cherry and ice cream.
Like
so
a cherry vanilla or something.
Ooh. Oh yeah, the cherry is heavy. It hits really heavy, and then as it goes down, you get the creaminess.
Yeah, the vanilla flavor.
Yeah,
it's like they took cherry Coke and cherry vanilla and put it together. Is what I've heard. So
I'm gonna be completely real. I don't like cola like as much as I used to. This is probably my favorite cola that I've had in years.
Also, that's when I'm drinking colas. I'd rather have a flavor in them. Tell you the truth.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that. And as opposed to that maple Pepsi, which it was all right. This is one I'm definitely going to be finishing during the show. Speaking of the show, I'm sorry for taking so long on that. Let's get to the actual show.
Again, we're not going through this show like the same way. I took some notes. I think Adam took some notes, but we didn't take notes to the same level as we normally do because this was more just us having fun and watching a show. So we did. I got some notes throughout the show. Like
I have a couple of things.
Yeah, it kicked off. What About Ivan was ring announcing Top Talent. It was a Top Talent presents Mystery Wrestling.
It was a collab with Top.
Yeah. So What About Ivan? Top Talent's ring announcer, extraordinary man. When I, as a ring announcer, I've modeled a lot of the way I ring announce after him because He's absolutely tremendous.
He's phenomenal.
He gets in the ring, and then 4 druids get in the ring.
Wait a minute. Are we getting a Taker cosplay? Hold on a minute.
We're like, are we getting is the mystery Undertaker? Like, that would have been hilarious. But then it's revealed we're gonna have a 4-way match, and they reveal the 4 entrants. It is first, it's Weston King. Second, it was our boy Krieger. Third, Scorpius, and fourth, the final member of the match, the Top Talent Pro Wrestling Champion, Big Jesse Youngblood. And it is announced that his championship will be on the line in a 4-way match. And this is everything you would expect from these 4 wrestlers. They went hard. Went heavy. It was fast paced. It didn't stop. It was just constant action. Especially what you expect from these 4 in a 4-way match. It was absolutely tremendous. I only got a couple notes. So Jesse has Scorpius or has yeah. So I think he had Scorpius and Krieger in the a double going for the double green killer, Randy Orton style DDT.
Yep.
Oh no, sorry. It was Krieger and King in it, and then Scorpius comes out of nowhere and neck breakers Jesse, who double green killers. Then there was really
phenomenal, awesome spot.
There's a great spot where King got was Krieger up on his shoulders, and he was on the second rope, and he gets shoved off the top into this super kamikaze. Awesome. Avalanche style kamikaze, absolutely tremendous. Beautiful double super os cutter.
I had that as well. Scorp jumping off and doing a double like Jericho's triangle drop kick setup where he jumps on one rope, jumps on the other rope, but instead of doing a drop kick, he comes back into an os cutter. It was
he went second rope, third rope off into a double os cutter. Absolutely tremendous. And then the finish, after he hit the double os cutter, Jesse comes and spears the crap out of Scorpius, goes up, hits the biggest moonsault ever, and for the 1, the 2, and the 3, and Big Jesse Youngblood retains his Top Talent Championship. And it has been announced he will face one Weston King at
the May show. Yeah, that'll be a really fun match. Like, as much as I've had my gripes with Weston in the past, seeing him get another shot at the title, it does warm my heart as a fan of his. Will
you wear his shirt? That is a real question.
That's a great question. I'll have to think on that. One thing I have about this match, when all the druids, they were in their druid robes, the amount of speculation, like I just kind of like focused in and listened on the crowd. I felt like I had like Superman's like ability to hear through multiple miles. And just watching, someone's saying, that's Weston. Oh, that's Krieger. Oh, that might be Harlan. Oh, it was so cool just seeing people speculate. And I wish that we'd have like the occasional like sort of mystery announcing of a match like that. Like no one comes out to music, just have a bunch of people come in like hoodies and stuff and have people guess who's going to be in the match. That would be a cool way to open a show, as they proved here.
It started off with a mystery. So we went from there, and then Ivan's back in the ring, and he announces the following match is a best 5 out of 9 falls 2-man battle royal.
When he said this, I immediately was like, oh my God, we're so here. It didn't really click because the first match really felt like a Top Talent match. It didn't click that we were watching Mystery Wrestling until he said such a weird ass stipulation like that.
Yeah. Okay. And then the music hits.
I can't be killed. Mars the Specialist.
Mars comes out. Our boy Mars the Specialist rolls out. The crowd is fired up. And then his opponent comes out. Oh, this made me so happy. He was one of like 2 people I absolutely wanted to see on this show.
Yep.
One person we didn't get, but I was fine with that. But this was the man, one of the 2 people, one of the few people from Mystery Wrestling that I wanted to see. Holy crap. Cecil Nix makes his Edmonton Mystery debut. I was so excited to see Cecil Nix here. If you don't know, he is the chubby guy. I think the best one he does is where he throws himself through the table and it doesn't break, and he has to throw himself through the table again. It's absolutely hilarious.
It's a phenomenal clip.
He's such a great comedy wrestler. And then so these two go in. So it's essentially you have to throw your opponent over the top rope, and you have to throw him over the top rope 5 times to get the win in the match.
Yep.
And, actually, you don't have to throw them over top. You throw them through those. They just have to go to the floor, because there's been times where they went through the ropes. So, like, yeah, for Nix gets Mars out to the floor first, and then Nix ends up on the floor getting Mars, and then Nix gets sent out to the floor. Then he ends up pulling Mars to the floor, and they start getting into it on the floor. And there's a spot where they start going for it, and you don't even know, and it's back and forth with the middle fingers.
They flip each other off, and the crowd is so into it. It's like, one of those yay boo punching spots, but every time one throws up a finger.
Oh!
At one point, the crowd starts chanting, "You sick
fucks." Yeah. Just incredible. So then it goes 2-2 all, then 3-2 Nix, and then 3-3 all. And there's a spot where they're fighting on the ring steps.
Yep.
Mars gets knocked off, but he lands on a chair that's on the floor, then jumps to another chair, then jumps up onto the 2 chairs that are like standing on the floor. And he's there, and he turns around on the chairs and gets a chair thrown into his face by Nix. And Mars ends up on the floor.
He just clatters to the floor.
So fighting back in the ring. There's a great spider superplex off the top by Mars into the ring. And then he hits the moonsault. Then they end up fighting some more, and they fight to the apron. They're both in the apron, and Mars is trying to like belly to belly Nix off, and Nix is like, and just pushes them forward, and they both just fall to the floor with Nix up 4-3, and Nix, they land. Both technically hit the floor, so Nix gets the win, 5-4.
Because Nix had the 1 point advantage.
Mars was so disappointed. Like, he was so mad.
He was banging his like hard cast-ridden like wrist on the floor, and it was making this really loud sound. He was mad. You could tell, but it was such a phenomenal match, Mars.
Yeah, I thought it was great. Like, absolutely tremendous match. These two, so it's inventive. It was so interesting to see, and I loved it. Both guys just absolutely were spectacular in the match.
Absolutely spectacular. Oh, and I thought this is as good as it's going to get. They can't get any better than this. And then the next match happened, and it was a tag team match. It was Ava Lawless and Relentless Rylie Rose taking on
Team Top Talent.
Team Top Talent taking on Team LPW, Zoë Sager, and Taryn from Accounting. And let it be known that this is Jocelyn's favorite match solely because all 4 of these women are her favorite.
Okay, so my thing here is TFA and Zoe hate each other. Like, literally, we just reviewed them fighting on a week ago from the LPW show.
Mm-hmm.
The last top show, we talked about Rylie and Ava hating each other. Yet here, the mystery bedfellows makes it all work out well.
Because exactly.
We got TFA and Zoe teaming up, and Ava and Rylie teaming up. I didn't know.
Yeah, the mystery wrestling causing strange bedfellows, and also apparently a love of hot dog toppings, because during the announcing, Ivan just says, Ava, her favorite condiment is mustard, and Rylie was forced to agree.
And then there was a mustard chant in the match.
Yep.
For Ava in this match, which is absolutely perfection.
Perfection.
I enjoyed this. Like, I think it's dynamic. It's like there's 2 dynamics. I haven't seen the Ava versus TFA and Ava versus Zoe dynamics in a long time. Since the early days of LPW when Ava was there.
Yeah.
And I've never seen Rylie. Seeing the Rylie dynamic with those two was really interesting because she's
very interesting to get into. Yeah.
They might have worked in other companies, but I have never seen that dynamic play out here in the Edmonton area.
Neither have I. It was really cool to get that. There's one standout spot in this match that I think we both have written down.
Good.
Near towards the end of the match, I believe it's TFA gets Rylie into the Widow's Peak position.
Like into the gory special.
In the gory
Like,
special
it's
position.
the gory special submission over her back.
Into the gory special submission position. And then Ava gets Zoe into the same position. And then they look at each other. They lock eyes across the ring. They slowly walk towards each other. And then they start fighting. And they do the friggin' orange Cassidy kicks where they just kick each other's ankles very lightly. And the crowd is losing it. Then they turn around. They unhook the arms. And both of the people
just one arm. Just one arm.
One arm.
And they start smacking each other.
They start slapping each other. That is peak. I love wrestling like this. It is so good. And just this spot alone catapulted to the best women's match I've seen in this province for years. Not saying that any women's match that I've seen in the last year or two is bad. It's just that this one is better. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this was really fun. And getting to see the dynamic all four was absolutely tremendous. I can't agree with that because I've seen better women's matches in this city personally. Just a personal feeling. I think I've seen some better ones, but
at least
this one was really good.
At least since I've come back. Absolutely.
This one was really, really good, though. I absolutely these women actually tore the house down on this one. Absolutely tremendous. And in the end, Rylie does hit her. I'm going to call it kiss from a rose. Her sister Abigail on TFA for the win. So yeah. But again, really fun match. Just getting to see how far. I did not expect TFA. Did not expect Zoe on these for sure. There was graphic out of Rylie Rose with the mystery logo behind, so we knew she was going to be part of this. Mm-hmm. And I thought maybe Ava was going to be part of it, being that it was a top talent associated show, but did not expect TFA and Zoe. And it was absolutely tremendous to watch the four of them work together.
Absolutely.
It was so much fun. So we move on to, I'm going to say this right now, my match of the night.
It's my match of the night, too. There's no need to pussyfoot around it.
We don't have graphics to show it up. We're just going to say it was, don't get me wrong. There's a match I was more looking like. I think I look back more fondly of later in the show because of what it means to me. But this was the best match of the show. It is Stu Grayson, Evil Uno's former tag team partner, making his way out to the ring, and then the music hits for the Invisible Man.
Just Invisible
makes his way to the ring. And the ref puts the goggles on. So man.
This match really did mean the most to me on this card looking back, because the first time I saw one of these Invisible Man matches was I think it was during 2017, 2018, where there was, I believe it was at Joey Janela's show, where we had the Invisible Man versus the Invisible Stan.
That was a few years later.
That was that far later. Okay.
Yeah, the little man wrestled a few times. I can't remember. I'll look it up.
Yeah, but the thing is, ever since I saw that match, I have wanted to see one of these Invisible Man matches live. And this match did not disappoint. We had Stu Grayson taking 2019. Okay, so it was less than I thought it was, but I felt like it was around a decade. It's close enough. But we have Stu Grayson, as talented as the man is, taking all of Justin Visible's offense, this legendary offense that I've heard so much about. And like the whole story of Stu not being able to see Justin and constantly nagging at the ref and begging for these goggles. It's a great story.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I got spots in here that I really need to
Please do.
The 26 second, one arm, squat on one leg.
Yep.
Stalling suplex.
Yep. It was absolutely phenomenal.
By Stu Grayson. The amount of effort that man had to put in to do that move was absolutely incredible. There's an incredible spot where this man ends up pedigreeing Stu Grayson.
Yep.
Oh my god, it was so good. The 450 off the top by the Invisible Man to Stu.
It was so good. I felt like he could have worked in a couple more corkscrews on that 450, but God, it was beautiful.
Yeah. The huge choke on Hilo from the Invisible Man to Stu on the floor.
Oh, good.
And then just to talk about the work Stu is doing on the Invisible Man, like just the beating he was throwing on him, and the lariats in the corner, the suplexes, the Germans, everything that Stu was doing with incredible power was absolutely. The man was working so hard to fight the Invisible Man. But at the end of this match, Stu ended up, like, the ref ends up getting taken out by the Invisible Man.
Yep.
Stu sidestepped and the Invisible Man hit him. So Stu steals the glasses, and he hits. Like, he sees him in the corner, runs, hits the flying knee in the corner, like that jump pump knee in the corner, like when he's coming out of the corner, and then follows it up with the off the shoulders gut buster over the knee, and then 1, 2, 3, and Stu Grayson defeats the Invisible Man.
I have one singular note on this match.
What's that?
The note is absolute perfection. This is what I love about wrestling. Stuff like this, complete comedy bollocks, and an absolute legend that is just Invisible, having an all-time classic with Stu Grayson. 10 on 10, one of the best matches I've ever seen.
Yeah. Dude, absolutely incredible. Like I got to give it up. Stu Grayson, the man could work a broom and make a broom look good in a match.
Yep.
The fact that this man could do this entire, like, just to drop all complete kayfabe here, the fact that this man just went out there and worked an incredible match all by himself in that ring is absolutely, bar none, a feat of amazement. Like, to intend to, like, I could just imagine certain independent wrestlers trying to do this and not having the success that Stu Grayson would have, because you have to be at a certain level and be so, like, I can only think of maybe a handful of wrestlers in the Alberta scene that could possibly pull this off. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I agree.
You have to have the timing, everything to do this kind of match, to fight an Invisible Man or an Invisible Stan or Invisible Karen, whoever it's going to be, is just incredible. And this was one of the greatest performances in a professional wrestling that I've ever seen. To, like, get hit by a pedigree from the Invisible guy was just impressive as shit. To get suplexed by an Invisible guy was impressive as shit. Like, just everything that happened in this match was just impressive as hell. And just
absolutely impressive, absolutely hilarious. Oh, I could talk about this match alone for like another hour. That's how
we're gonna move on. So we went to intermission at this point, and we came back, and I was disappointed.
I will say that either before or after intermission, there was a bit here where Top Dog, one of their mainstays, he's been looking for his hot dog named Glizzy for a while, and apparently some guy got it, and he found the guy, went to go try and beat him up and take the hot dog back. But not only could he not get his hot dog back, he had his little paper hat stolen as well. Unfortunate, because Top Dog seems like a really cool dude. I hope he can find his Glizzy at another show. We move on to match number 5, and I will.
I was so disappointed.
Andre was very disappointed.
I was so disappointed I had to watch this guy, fucking the man who is your mystery wrestling champion. He has all of the marbles.
London
Lightning, that lame ass bitch that he is, shows up. I don't like him. I don't like his stupid mustache. I don't like his stupid anything.
I will say the confetti was a nice touch. First of all, the confetti was a nice touch, and you never see that. Second, there was one thing that someone...
and Mel was pissed at you because you stood up in front of her and she missed the confetti because you blocked her.
I'm so sorry, Mel. I got too excited.
You did.
The second thing is, I will say that I kind of like London Lightning. Definitely not as much as you hate him. But there was one comment from someone else that did not like him behind you. I don't know.
I have it written down right here.
Yeah, you have it written down, please.
Dude yells, London Lightning, more like Mississauga Thunder.
Oh my God, because he thinks he's shit. It's so funny. Anyway, London Lightning comes out and he's got he cuts a promo that the crowd actively hates, at least the corner of the crowd that I was in, because a lot of people in our corner did not like him. He's going to defend all the marbles in the mystery championship. And who is he defending against? Music Hits Out comes Tommy fucking Billington.
The Dynamite Kid Jr.
Dynamite Kid
here.
Jr.
Tommy Billington is here, and it's just absolutely tremendous. I haven't seen this guy wrestle in probably a year now. Last time I saw him, probably would have been in Top Talent. Absolutely tremendous professional wrestler.
Oh yeah.
And dude, they killed it. This match, I really have notes because I kind of just got lost in the match, and it's kind of the way I did for the next match. I was kind of lost in that match too. Absolutely tremendous. Just as much as I hate London Lightning, he is an incredible in the ring. The dude is really incredible, and both these men put on a technical masterpiece here. Just so good. So do you have anything specific in the match you want to talk about?
I kind of got lost in the match as well. I was just kind of enjoying it.
Yeah, the finish came. Tommy Billington hits the superplex off the top, rolls through to go for another move, but then gets picked up into a small package driver by Lamedon Lightning.
Lamedon
Lightning. And one cool thing, and Lamedon Lightning retains all of the marbles in his restricted championship, but I guess you have to put a marble into the bag to challenge, and that was really cool.
Yeah, because it needs to be for all the marbles, and you need to put something up. So when Tommy pulled that marble out and he put it in the bag, everyone lost.
It was all of the marbles. I forgot about that, and I was like, "Oh, the marble!" So there's always more marbles. That bag's gonna get bigger and bigger, man. It's gonna get bigger.
And the championship hype video where it keeps showing awesome angles of the championship, and it also just shows angles of the bag of marbles.
And then it just kept going, and the video just kept going.
It's the most epic championship reveal promo in history. It's so good.
But I got to give so much props to these two. They had an incredible professional wrestling match here.
Yep, absolutely. Hard agree. Phenomenal match. As much as the crowd did distract me a little bit with how much hate was coming through for London Lightning, that was just mostly because it was loud. It was still a phenomenal match. Anyway, speaking of phenomenal matches.
Yeah, we moved on to our semi-main event, and it was Harlon Abbott taking on Japanese wrestling legend Taka Michinoku, baby.
Taka is here, motherfucker.
Taka is here, and Taka had the jacket. He did some jacket bending tonight, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know what that is, look up a Taka Michinoku recent entrance for the last few years. Look at the stuff that he was doing with Just Five Guys in New Japan. He's got his jacket on with the hood on, and then he puts his arms out, and then he just pulls his arms out, ripping the jacket all the way down the middle apart and throws it out from either arm. I love it. I got to see him jacket bend. I was so happy.
We were talking about this. It's like, oh, what do you think Taka's coming out as for gear? And then you brought up the jacket, and I was like, oh my God, if only. And then he came out in the jacket, and we all lost our shit.
Yeah. And he has JTO all over his gear for his company, JTO, and his catchphrase, just tap out. Dude, again, this is another one where I took a note about the jacket. I took a note about dude behind us goes, be nice, as Harlan's beating up Taka. It's like, be nice to Taka. He's a visitor. Asshole. This asshole just got me.
So the asshole. Yeah, I only have one note here about specifics, and it's at one point, Taka goes into the corner, tunes up the band, and then he comes out with this brutal-looking super kick. Harlan, he's hit so hard, he just spits, and it lands all over a poor cameraman that's filming the thing.
John. That was John.
It was John. Yeah, I'm so sorry, John. You do not deserve to be shouted.
Yeah, because it was not the cameraman that was on our side of the ring. It was on the other side that got spit on, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was John on the other side. John came and talked to us after.
I am so sorry, John. You did not deserve this unconsensual shower you got from Harlan.
Yeah, I got lost in this match. Absolutely incredible match from both of these men. Taka Michinoku, I've been watching him these last few years when he was with Just Five Guys in New Japan and everything and stuff that he's done there.
Suzuki Gun and all that.
The man hasn't lost it. He's still I think he's a step slower than he was in the 90s. Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. It's been almost 20 years since Kai and Tai, or almost 30 years since Kai and Tai.
Yeah, it's been almost 30 years since the last time he was here.
Yeah, so it just to see him, but he still moved. He still was fast, quick, just absolutely tremendous. And the dude's 52, I want to say, but it's that junior heavyweight 52. The dude's still moving like he's still moving like lightning, I guess.
The man does not miss. He is a bit slower, but he is still as technically crisp. He's still honing his craft every day. You can tell having that company is just helping him with his, his fitness and his ability to continue even this far into the twilight of his career. And it shows with this match.
Getting the crossface, getting the Japanese style crossface, working that right arm, hooking the right arm instead of the left arm.
Yeah.
And they're just looking like an absolute beast. Like, hitting that super kick, then he finishes it off with what I like to call what he deemed it. He deemed it this name. He called it this name because he gifted it to one Zack Sabre Jr. He finished him off with the Zack driver, aka the Michinoku driver, and he got the win. And
it was phenomenal. I want to shout out Jason here. I think is the one that had this sign because I looked back after the bell had rung, and there was this really beautifully made sign. Taka in a Dragon Ball style that said Michinoku driver Z. Oh, it was beautiful, and I'm pretty sure that was Jason that had that sign. Congratulations, really well done, Jason.
Yeah. But like for me, I got to get my picture with Taka at the show. It was just a huge deal for me, and I've loved watching this guy for so long, and I just like when they announced MJF, I was like, oh, sick! I'm gonna get to meet MJF at the indie show, kind of like we got to meet Nemeth last year after on the TNA. We can get to meet him at the Top Talent show. Yeah, but we got to MJF would have been cool, but then he backed out, and it was announced that it was Taka, and it made me more excited for the show, knowing it was coming, because that was a huge deal for me seeing Taka.
So, yeah, I agree with you on that. Like when Taka was then replaced, MJF replaced Taka replaced MJF. I lost my shit because I've been a huge fan of Japanese wrestling for the longest time. New Japan, Suzuki Gun, phenomenal. Obviously, I was a huge fan of the Attitude Era when I learned about it because I started watching wrestling in like 2007. But then I went back and watched the Attitude Era. I loved Kai and Tai. I loved the stupid shit that they were doing. Seeing Taka was it's to me, it's as equally a big deal as meeting Kurt Angle for me personally.
Yeah, I didn't end meeting Kurt Angle this year because I was like, okay, that's cool. But for me, this is huge. But we move on to our main event of the evening, and we got the man with the dead eyes. Psycho Mike makes his way out to the ring, and and Mel goes, "It's the guy that looks at the camera."
He is the guy that looks at the camera. I love Psycho Mike. I'm going to preface this match by specifically calling out my friend Malcolm, my best friend. He loves Psycho Mike. He's the guy that introduced me to Psycho Mike. And everything that has been shown to me about that man, all of the body slams, all the staring at the hard camera, everything he does is hilarious. And it just matches my vibe so well. And I'm so glad I got to see him. The only thing that would have made it better is if I got to shake his hand, but it was so cool just watching him wrestle.
Yeah. So his opponent is, and then we hear we hear the MJF music start playing, but not the regular version, but kind of the more 8-bitty version. It's not the regular version. It's like the more MIDI, video game version of it.
Yeah, the more MIDI-ish version, yeah.
And out comes, as I'm going to call him, MJ Squatch.
MJS, baby.
MJ Squatch makes his way out to the ring. The Sasquatch is here. He's got the Burberry scarf. He's got a toy replica of the AEW.
Yeah, he's got the kid replica AEW.
And he's wearing the yellow tights, the yellow trunks that MJF normally wears. And it's just like, okay. So they get into it. They're having a match, and Squatch cuts a promo with pre-recorded MJF lines, and
that was so funny.
It was insanely hilarious. And then they get in the match. It's a really great match. They're doing lots of insanely funny stuff. They're going back and forth. There's the hug spot where he's hugging Squatch, and Mike looks into the hard camera, and he goes, "Who wants a body slam?" And he goes to body slam, but Squatch gets out of it. It's just they're fighting onto the floor, and there happened to be a guy in the crowd. This dirty jerk who likes to take other people's jobs and give people fake money. This little jackass I like to call Gussie Jones happened to be there.
Yeah. And taking a break from going to grab bottles for the depot. Came out to a Mr. Wrestling show, and he had a couple of cups of water.
I don't know how he afforded to get in. I really don't.
I mean, I think he probably just swindled the bouncer and said he had a ticket and just got through. But the thing is, he had 2 cups of what I assume to be water. It could be vodka. You never know with Gussie, but I'm going to assume it's water.
Probably moonshine. It
could be moonshine as well. I think Gussie does seem like a moonshine guy. But he's got these 2 cups. And Psycho Mike.
No. It's toilet wine. It's
toilet wine.
It's white toilet wine. It's gotta be white toilet wine.
Of course, it's white toilet. That's so Gussie. Anyway, Psycho Mike takes the first cup of this white toilet wine, and he takes a sip of it, and he's like, "Yeah," throws it in Gussie's face. Gussie is just shocked at this point. You just see him blinking, and the crowd is loving it. And then Sasquatch is like, "Okay. Let's get things straight." He takes the second cup, takes a sip. Throws it in Gussie's face.
Takes a sip.
He does sip it, I will say. And he's like, throws it in Gussie's face. And Gussie's still just shocked.
Wasn't it Squatch first, then Mike?
Either way, like it's
and then the ref brings out a tray of drinks, and they just start going back and forth, throwing them into Gussie's face.
The crowd is loving it.
And then there was a total 7 or 8 drinks.
It was 10 cups of whatever.
And the crowd is chanting, "You deserved it. You deserve this," and he pissed his pants.
My favorite part of this is Squatch. He takes the last cup, and instead of even just throwing the liquid, he just throws the whole cup at Gussie's face. It was so funny, and he was crying. I've never seen this man get sad. It was hilarious.
I don't know if he was crying or if he was just sweating because he was scared. But
maybe it was just the toilet wine running down his face.
Yeah, just the toilet wine. But yeah, absolutely tremendous. Hilarious spot. And then they get back in the ring and they go into this Sasquatch kicks out of Mike's body slam at 1, and Mike is pissed. So he slams the ref. So Sasquatch then slams Mike, calls out another ref, but Mike kicks out at 1, so he's pissed. So Sasquatch slams the other ref.
Yeah.
And then they get into one of the greatest spots where they're going back and forth, rolling each other up, and each one is just taking one of the ref's hands and going 1, 2, 3. But each one's only getting 2, and and they just keep going back and forth with it. It was just hilarious.
It was so phenomenal. There's another spot that I had to take a note. I forget what the exact thing was, but it was Psycho Mike got really sad at one point. And he started crying, and he's like, "No one loves me," or some stuff like that. And then the crowd starts chanting for Psycho Mike, and MJS offers a hug, and they slowly start approaching each other. And then they bring up the double finger at the same time, and they both look at each other. Okay, let's try it again. Slower. They get closer. Almost hug middle fingers.
This was just before the body slams, because this is the one where I say Mike had him in the hug, but they eventually did hug, and Mike looked into the camera for the body slam, but Squatch got out of it.
They both got into the hug on the third one, but they were both middle fingering each other from behind. It was so funny. And then Psycho Mike realized what was happening, and that's when the body slam happened.
Yeah, absolutely tremendous stuff, man. So the end of this match comes. Mike goes for the ripcord low blow, but he gets dodged into. Squatch jumps over Mike, starts going, and hits the kangaroo kick.
Yeah,
only gets 2 using the dead ref. So
he does
when he came out, he had the dynamite ring pop.
Yeah.
So they gave it. So he took it out of the ref's pocket, put it on.
Yep.
Went to go hit Mike. Mike got a hold of it and he threw it down and so he put it on, then he just started licking it. It was and he just stopped.
The whole time he's licking this thing.
Mike's just Mike's doing the spot where he's coming in and gonna get punched, and he's like, Okay, so he circles back around, and he punched again. Nope. Circles back around, and he gets mad. Eventually, just takes it and smashes it. So
the thing explodes first off.
Everywhere. So while Mike is dealing with that, Squatch goes into the other ref's pocket and pulls out a green ring pop, puts it on, licks it, and goes, no, and then punches Psycho Mike in the face.
I can't believe someone doesn't like the green apple flavor. Like, I know it's definitely the least good flavor of ring pop, but I don't mind it.
And then he calls out a third ref, and Avon makes his mystery wrestling debut.
Avon Fox, baby!
And he calls 1, 2, 3, and it's over. MJ Squatch wins the match. Just tremendous show.
He does the walkout like MJF does, belt over shoulder, fist up, walks out. Phenomenal main. Oh my god! Like every match, I say phenomenal, perfect. Like all of these matches are great. They have the replay up on Patreon now. If you did not watch this live, it is absolutely worth your $12. Go sub to the Patreon for 1 month.
And you don't even have to sub. If you just want to buy the event from them through Patreon, you can buy it for $8.
Oh, I did not know that was an option.
And you don't have to be a continuous subscriber either.
Yeah, so you can just have that event. I'm probably going to go buy it.
But if you subscribe, you get access to all the events. So
yeah, that's the thing. They only have the first 10 events up on their YouTube right now. But strongly recommend go spend your $8 or your $12 if you want to become a monthly sub. It's so worth it. This show from top to bottom, phenomenal. I'm going to go buy the show as soon as this recording is done because I want to watch it again. I don't want Mystery Wrestling to end. It's already been over for 2 days. It was so good. And I am begging Uno to come back. I really hope that this show somehow reaches him so that he can see that there is an immense amount of love for Mystery in this province, in this city, and that, you know, we really want them back sometime soon.
Yeah. And so, to all those that are watching us that might want to get to a mystery event in the future, they have already announced a couple more events in 2 weeks.
April 11th is Mystery Wrestling 24 in Vancouver, featuring Kenta. That's the name they promote.
Yeah, he's not on the graphic. It's just Steven Luna on the graphic, but that's going to be amazing.
On their Instagram, it does have it.
Yeah, it is at the Hastings Racecourse and Casino in Vancouver, British Columbia. It will be live on, and it'll be starting at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the Saturday.
Yep.
So I highly recommend you get out to check that out because that is AEW weekend.
Absolutely. One note about that show, by the way, I'm really sorry. One note about 24. I looked on their story. They have less than 20 tickets left. So if you want a ticket to that show in particular, you better get it now. Malcolm, get the ticket now, Malcolm.
Yeah. And so I'm planning to be watching it live at 3 p.m. that day.
Too, absolutely.
As long as I can watch, as long as I'm not doing anything that day, I'm going to watch that show because I want to watch it because I loved this event. I'm going to watch it live. It's live at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, aka 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, aka 3 p.m. Mine Adams time.
Yep,
so
exactly.
I recommend you check that show out. And then when they return on April 26th to Gatineau, Quebec for Mystery Wrestling 25, their 3-year anniversary show. Yep.
Absolutely do go check them out because they stream all their events live on YouTube. If you don't get the chance to get out there, definitely go watch it during their live stream. They only do the live stream once and they get it archived to Patreon. So go get it while you can, while it's free.
But with that said, I think it's time to get out of here.
Let's wrap it up.
Where can they find you, buddy?
Absolutely. You can find me on the Blue Sky at awscomedy.bluesky.social. You can find me on the Instagrams at awscomedyeg. And if you want to watch me, my buddy Malcolm, and my other friend Andreas to shoot the shit about Power Rangers and have a lot of fun talking about it, make a lot of dumb jokes, you can check that out of the Morphomania podcast at youtube.com/@humanoidfreak2515. I will say we are getting closer. He is just finishing editing the season 2, episode 4 through 6 episode, where we get a lot of fun stuff and a real return to form because it's the first one we've recorded in about a year and a half. And it's one of my favorite recordings I've ever done for the show. Cannot wait to see that go out. One shout out, as always, to the Grindstone Theater, my favorite place in the city, a subsidized theater space.
We're going to be there tonight.
Yeah, we're going to be there tonight.
As you're seeing this, last night.
Yeah, for Tales from the Cringe. Phenomenal show. My favorite place in Edmonton, subsidized theater space for new and emerging artists of all kinds. My shout out show for this episode is going to be Blood on the Grindstone. It'll be next week, Saturday, April 4th, 2026. It starts at 10:30. It's a little nice experience run by my friend Liam, where he runs you through a game of Blood on the Clock Tower, one of my favorite social deduction games in the scene right now. It is such a cool game where everyone has a unique power that fucks with the meta and fucks with the game. There's only 20 tickets for this show. So if you're going to get a ticket for this experience, if you want to play Blood on the Clock Tower, you get your ticket now because it is going to be a fun show. Liam always does a phenomenal job with these things. I've been to a couple of his workshops or have wanted to go to his workshops because he's such an influential and like charismatic dude. I'm planning, as long as I have the money, I am planning to get a ticket for this show next week. I really would like to see some people there. So go check out all their shows at grindstonetheater.ca. They have a calendar function where you can see all their shows. That's enough from me. Andre C., where can they find you, my friend?
Quickly, you can find me on the X Blue Sky at That Canada Guy, Instagram and Threads at That Canada. You can find me over on Outlook or Submission. I made a quick cameo on this week's edition of Marvel Talk, where I did chat about watching the first episode of Daredevil. We will be back next week, but we are kind of up in the air when we're going to be doing the episode, just because the Thursday night's not going to work because we have a double episode to talk about, so we need a little more time. And we only really have an hour because of the show that happens right after us. So probably coming in sometime either the Friday or the Saturday, we'll be having an episode of Marvel Talk featuring myself. Most likely just me and old Ed, because Peggy is off doing her own thing that we all throughout the weekend. So we'll be back with that, covering episodes 2 and 3 with Marvel Talk. And I am back every Sunday on Point of View. You can check me out with my boy Bobby Munson as we talk the world of sports. Tomorrow's show is going to be very interesting because I'm not going to actually be able to watch the F1 race tonight because it's happening while you and me are at improv. So I'll have to check that out in replay form. But we'll be talking all the world of sports that we love. So check that out on our local television. You can all check everything else out here. Backbreaker video, all the great wrestling content, all the old episodes of Spot that we talk about, all the great wrestling. So check it out. And lots of great content from Mike on here, including AW Watch Songs, which you can see live here on the YouTube channel. Also, you can see him live over on twitch.tv/MikeTheRef, where he also plays video games on that channel. So you can see a lot of great gaming content over there, including the Backbreaker Pro Wrestling stuff that he's doing, featuring the Pop Spot Monsters. We still have to figure out a way to build this into the new game because I don't have it. But you can see all the replays of his gaming content at youtube.com/@Backbreaker_gaming.
Did you have a banner for Mystery?
No.
Well, you can check out all their stuff at MysteryWrestling.com. It has a link to their Patreon.
Technically, it's like right there. Kind of.
Oh, it is right there. There you go.
MysteryWrestling.com.
Go to that link, MysteryWrestling.com. Can I get a pop for that?
Pop, pop.
Pop, pop. That is it for a very special episode on Mystery Wrestling of the Pop Spot. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for continuing to support us in popping about local wrestling. This has been Andre C. I have been AWS. Make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe to Backbreaker Video because we deserve it and everyone else does deserve to pop about local Edmonton wrestling. And until next time, stay poppin'. Bye-bye.